Curtis. Never said Cal wasn't good. You know my thoughts on Cal. We talked about it in person. Also, that fan that tried taking a shot or shot at me after you responded back, that fan can go F himself.
Quinn has joined my lovely conversations with Kentucky fans this morning who are just distraught over an accurate tweet about John Calipari's NCAA tournament winning percentage. And but they'll at whatever cost, even if it usually involves dunking on themselves, they're going to do whatever they can to discredit him. Quinn chimed in. He was a hater. He was a Cal hater in this sense, only a little bit. He just said he thought he should have more than one title. And maybe he should, maybe he shouldn't. But if that's the barometer for being a good coach or not, that's where I think a lot of people lose me. And like Cal's success, it just gets weaponized against him so much in an indirect proportion to the standard of 99% of other coaches throughout the country. And it's a small list of guys who have multiple national championships, and that's what is used by people to determine that John Calipari is not a good basketball coach and that he sucks and he's overrated and all this. And there are just a lot of coaches out there who don't have 59 NCAA tournament wins, who don't have a single national championship. And when I see a guy who's top 5 all time in March Madness wins, top 10 all time in wins as a college basketball head coach who's reached the pinnacle of his sport, I just have a hard time getting on board with calling him a dog shit coach. Yeah. I can't get there. I'm sorry. Yeah. And if that means that our standards aren't as lofty as Kentucky's, who has won national championship since the turn of the century, which Cal delivered them, then so be it, I guess.
It's really tough to start a negative stance against a coach with he only has 59 NCAA tournament wins and only one national title. Like I don't, and I've heard that a lot, about the only one championship thing. Like imagine if we did that for quarterbacks. We were like, well, I mean, Drew Brees, he was good, but only one Super Bowl. Peyton Manning won that second one, when he was like 58 years old with the Broncos, but he really only has one Super Bowl as a starting quarterback. Imagine if we were like, yeah, but only one, Ben Roethlisberger, he's only got 2. Or does he have 3? I don't know. Maybe he has 3. But it's like obviously there's a difference between 1 and 2. There's a difference between 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. But I've kind of always been a proponent of this, that it's like when a coach, like if Cal were to win a second championship next year or the year after, it's not like he reached a new level as a coach. It just played out that way. And now he has a second ring. It's not like he was a worse coach 8 years ago than he is now. It's just kind of the way it plays out. And so I think it's so funny that we put so much stock into like specific things. And I understand why. Like championships matter in sports. We count them for a reason. But the idea that like you really view the coach through a completely different lens. If a shot goes in that Aaron Harrison, NCAA that championship game they were in, it's like I don't know if I'd feel that much differently about Cal.
Well, I tell you what, I want to continue to discuss this because I think it's an interesting topic too, especially doing Cal in comparison to other coaches. But I want to also remind everybody that we're brought to you by our friends over at Radiant Elements Medical Spa, where they have that deep tissue sports massage with infrared sauna to help you bounce back faster. Especially been dealing with Kentucky fans on social media. You could probably use some relaxation and getting back to a level of sanity. That's something that Radiant Elements Medical Spa can really help you out with, and they can make you feel like a winner each and every time you leave their location. Some of the best services that you'll ever have when it comes to that self-care. It's not soft for anybody out there. It's great. It's what the winners do. So if you're looking for a great gift for your significant other, they do those as well. They have different services when it comes to lengths of massages, how deep tissue can help you out there too. And you can check them out today at the Weddington Plaza, or you can book an appointment online using that QR code right there at the top right corner of your screen. You get 15% off your first service. It's worth it, 100% worth it. And one of the cool things is that here soon, we'll give you details on it. We're going to be doing a members only stream here on YouTube with Inside Arkansas if you're a member, and we're going to be giving away a free massage to Radiant Elements Medical Spa. We'll keep you updated on that, but really appreciate their partnership and everything that they have going on with us here at Inside Arkansas with Radiant Elements Medical Spa. Okay, so you brought up the point of the titles in comparison and with coaches and everything like that. And that's the funny thing, because 59 wins, it's basically 2 full college basketball seasons worth of wins in the NCAA tournament. Not 59 games played, 59 wins. So that speaks for itself. But I mean, there's a lot of coaches, I feel like, that have won national championships that aren't exactly good coaches. I don't look at Kevin Ollie as somebody's like, man, just incredible coach. If you want to put the football side of things, Gene Chizik. Larry Coker. I mean, are these guys that are next level coaches? No. I think you have to look at the full body of work. And that's something I think a lot of people go missing, where somebody like Cal, anybody say, yeah, well, he's terrible, whatever, because he only has one title. Only has one title. I mean, I wonder if those same Kentucky fans feel the same way about like a Nolan Richardson, for instance. Like, Nolan Richardson's only got one title. I mean, is he trash? Is he garbage? Is he terrible? And it's like no one views him that way, but it's because it's the Cal effect. It's John Calipari. He had all this money and all these players and all these draft picks and only have one title. Sheesh. Like how many? I just don't. I don't think you can really justify saying, well, put Coach A into that situation or Coach B into that situation, and they win multiple titles. Like I just don't see that as a guaranteed thing. And I think sometimes fans from other fan bases and everything can lose that a little bit, where they're so obsessed with that one thing, where it's like, no, you got to look at the whole body of work. And 59 NCAA tournament wins, or 58, whichever it is, as well as everything else on top of that, plus a title. It'd be different if he never won a title, but plus a title. I don't really understand what you're arguing at this point.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at, man. Seeing the success. I mean, he's won 72% of his NCAA tournament games. It's a ridiculous percentage. I mean, it really is. That's incredibly hard to do. For me, the fact that he only has one title, it just kind of shows me how damn hard it is to win one. As opposed to he's a bad coach because he doesn't have more than that. I mean, I can't really say that given his track record and everything that he's accomplished there. So, whatever. I mean, people can feel however they want to feel about it, and that's fine. And a lot of people argue that, well, it's because of the amount of talent that he had that it's crazy that he won one more. Does he not get credit for getting said talent? Like there are a lot of coaches who just didn't have a chance in hell of building the type of rosters that he did, but there's also something to be said for, and this has kind of been the debate with Cal all along. He's done it differently. I mean, he was the innovator. He was the one and done guy before one and done was a thing. And it's always that youth and talent versus veteran experience. And when you get to that stage in March, that stuff kind of evens out, man. It does. And paid off for him once, and maybe sometimes it didn't, or maybe sometimes another team played a better game. And I don't know that I would really want to take away from the teams that beat Cal in a Final Four or a national title game or whatever by saying, well, it's just because Cal sucks that they won it. Like I think that would be disingenuous. So hell, if Cal had won 2 or 3 titles by now, he'd be up there in the conversation as one of the top 2 or 3 coaches of all time. Instead, maybe he's just in the conversation of top 10 or something. You know what I mean? But I'm happy with it. Like I just don't see it as an indictment personally.
Yeah, and like I said, there's a difference between 1 and 2. There's a difference between 2 and 3. Like, and hey, if Cal gets that second one, then yeah, maybe he does enter. Like you said, he goes from that top 10 to maybe top 5 or whatever. And so that's all fine and dandy. But it is crazy how the big picture lens is the same. I mean, Tom Izzo's another guy. You could do the same thing. He has one title, right? You could look at it and say, well, Tom Izzo, you probably should have had 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. And well, Billy Donovan won those back to back. He probably should have won 3 or 4. Dan Hurley, he's got 2. He should probably have 6 or whatever. It's like you could do that with a lot of coaches. But what that implies is that winning a national title is just something that should happen all the time. And there's freaking 350 teams. Like it's not all these teams are going to win the title every year. There's teams every single year that are championship level squads that don't win the title. In basketball, especially, that happens every single year. And then in baseball, of course, it happens all the time. And so I guess it's just one of those things that we don't know how to process that as sports fans. When there's a team that was good enough to win a title that did not win a title, we automatically assume, well, that's a knock on the coach, that the team that had the pieces to do it didn't do it. But like you said, so does the coach get no credit for building those pieces? And I specifically think in basketball, a sport where if you have the best team, you are just so much not guaranteed to win the title. In football, in college football, where obviously coaches are a little bit more in control of everything, I can see that being a lot more of a knock. You know what I mean? Like if, like Les Miles won 1 title at LSU, that actually is kind of a knock because it's like they had the best team probably 3 or 4 times, and the best team in football wins 95% of the time. The best team does not win in basketball even half the time, I would say.
Yeah, especially during an era where it was like, hey, there's only 2 teams in the college championship. Like they just get selected, so if you're one of those teams, It makes it a lot less games that you could slip up in. But I was just looking at guys that the college basketball coaches with multiple national championships, and it's not a very long list, needless to say. John Wooden won 10. I don't think anyone's going to catch him on that one. But Coach K won 5. Adolph Rupp, maybe that's why they're all pissed off at Kentucky, because Adolph Rupp won 4 back when he was going up against plumbers and engineering students.
Yeah, the game
when
has
there were only
changed since
5 teams that could
1950s.
win it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it's like, you were getting all these great players. It's like, I don't even think I know it's history and all that stuff, but come on, let's look at it in a realistic expectation, because, Phil Wolpert at San Francisco won 2. Are we going to start counting him? Like, who's that? I don't even know. So, point is that, like, Dean Smith only won 2. Like, how many? That dude coached for 30 years in North Carolina, had incredible teams. He only won 2. Bill Self just now got his second one a couple years ago. He's been at Kansas for 20 plus years. It's like, was everybody, maybe they were. Everybody looking at Bill Self when he had that just one, and he was like, this guy sucks. But then that year they finally won it all. He's like, okay, now he's great. And it's like, this makes no sense to me to just approach it. But my thing is, and I get in this argument with my buddy Devin about Tom Brady because he hates Tom Brady and refuses to say he's the GOAT. But I'm like, when Tom Brady was playing, is there anything he can do to change your mind and say that he's the greatest? And Devin was like, no. So I'm like, okay. It's the same thing with Cal. Is there anything John Calipari can do in his years here at Arkansas that will change your mind on saying he's a great, phenomenal, best coach? And more often than not, people are probably going to be like, no. Like, Kentucky fans will be like, if he wins 5 in a row, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's easy. So you're just never going to change people's minds on that. Also, by the way, real quick, John Calipari ranks 5th all time in NCAA tournament wins ever. 5th.
And if he makes another Sweet 16, he'll be 4th next year. So he'll catch Boeheim.
But if Arkansas makes the Sweet 16 again next year, that will be back-to-back years where John Calipari's NCAA tournament winning percentage went down.
Yep.
just terrible.
That's something.
Yeah. I know. It's like, and the coaches ahead of him, Coach K at number 1, Roy Williams, number 2, Dean Smith, number 3, Jim Boeheim, number 4, sorry. So, yeah, not too bad. It is funny, though, because almost all those coaches were only at one school. The only coaches that have been to multiple schools are Roy Williams, because he was at 2 with Kansas, North Carolina. These other 2 coaches have been to 4 different schools in college basketball. Cal with UMass, Memphis, Kentucky, and Arkansas, and Bill Self with Oral Roberts, Tulsa, Illinois, and Kansas. So also just thought it was kind of interesting how most of those coaches are all one school people when it comes to all of that. So
shout out to Mario Chalmers, because if he doesn't hit that shot against Memphis, Cal has a ring with Derrick Rose in Memphis. And then he would have that 2, and then the difference between 1 and 2, he'd be viewed differently. He would have an unbreakable legacy. But since Mario Chalmers hit that 3,
Yep. No, they're going to be like, the Mickey Mouse Championships is what it was. It just doesn't count. It's just Mickey Mouse.
It's actually bad, John, that he's done it at multiple schools. That means he's held 4 different programs back from success.
Yeah. But, and he got those guys on UMass and Memphis, got put on probation when he left. He left them in shambles. So it's your turn next, Arkansas.
Some are saying Kentucky might have won a title with Cal when COVID shut things down.
I mean, who's to say?
I don't know. They were like 25-6 or something at the time.
Yeah. I mean, I still say Heston Kerstad's the Golden Spikes winner of 2020. So
exactly.
Sam Pittman was going to go 12-0 too.
Yeah, it's just, we're claiming it all. If it only COVID happened, but somehow COVID happened. There's another point I was going to bring up about this discussion with Cal and everything, but oh yeah, and Kentucky fans, I can promise you, this is one guarantee I can give you: if you put Mark Pope on any of those teams, they do not win a title, not one. The head coaching of any of those Cal teams, they don't win a single title. Just saying.